Have you watched it? What are your thoughts on it? Kind of how do you look back on it now? With
Yeah, I watched it. I think, man, I mean, when it comes to what the game plan was and my ability to really, buckle down and do what I needed to do, be perfect. I think I fought, an amazing fight. I think, my style of fighting is hard to comprehend when you're watching it. But, I got hit once at the beginning of the third hard, in the head. But outside that, I don't, I maybe took two other shots clean to the head. My ability to see the punches that night was amazing. And, to go out there and beat someone that's regarded as, one of the best strikers, in the UFC is something I'm very proud of.
What do you mean your style is hard to comprehend?
Um, just the way that I fight, like, looking at the fight, I think I won all 3 rounds. To me, it was not super clear, but, again, like the shins on my elbows, the sound of shoulders colliding, what he creates those scenarios where it sounds like, something is, much more effective than it was. I blocked all the knees. They hit my body, but, while I was rolling, I think first and second round, he touched my body a little bit, but, I created damage, all throughout those rounds, in certain spots. And so I think that's why I feel that I won those rounds. And then the third round obviously was phenomenal, but I mean, he was so fast. So, I mean, I really had to, control the distance. I fought at a slightly farther distance than I've ever fought at. That was the plan going in. And I think it was perfect.
Do you think that's, like, in a weird way, the greatest win of your career?
I think it was, probably the best performance I've had. The Tony Ferguson fight is up there with it. But, when I fight that way, it feels like sparring. It doesn't feel like I'm in like a heated fight, necessarily like it used to. But my ability to perform at that space and in that time is definitely second to none. And I just have to convince myself that that's the way forward.
Yeah.
Trevor said it countless times. But there's such thing as trying too hard. And I always, sometimes I get caught up and I try too hard, try to win too hard. Instead of just really allowing myself to be natural. There's not anybody I've ever stepped in there and not put my hands on with hard shots. And so I just need to trust in that. Like, I'm going to find the shots eventually. And so it's hard to buy into, but it's definitely the way forward, like I said.